Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Stoops, and here I'm going to do a little commentary while you watch a little Kill Confirmed on Intersection, which is one of the 3 new face-off maps available for both Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 users just got it a couple days ago, and I figured I would give you guys all my opinion on the 3 maps that were included, which would be, let's see, it would be Interchange, or sorry, not Interchange. Wow, I have smoked way too much today. Let's go with Intersection. That sounds better. Intersection, Vortex, and I think the last one's U-Turn. Yeah, U-Turn. They also introduced the domination game type into the face-off match, which I thought was kind of a cool idea because I mean it still includes 3 maps and. It just proves, you know, who's better at holding off positions when it's just 2 people or 3 people. I really didn't see the point of it when it's 1v1 because, well, it's just, you know, you spawn on the other side of the map and by the time you get to where you're going, they've already retaken the position. So I haven't really tested it out, but we'll see how that goes in the future. As for the 3 new maps, right now you're watching... let's see, Kill Confirmed and Intersection. Intersection. God, why can't I just understand myself in my head so I can spit it out properly? In my personal opinion, it's probably one of the simpler of the 3 that they released. So I'd probably say this is the easiest map to play for all-out combat instead of camping out and hiding. Although there are numerous places for you to do so. Lots of corners, and every store that you go into has a counter, like the one that you just saw, that the snack bar here in the movie theater, where guys like to go and sit back there and just kind of pop you off from across the map as you run out into the intersection there. It's also got a lot of cars, so if you didn't notice earlier in the commentary here, I couldn't get to a guy that hid behind a white car, and I just decided to blow the car up with my gun. But yeah, Intersection itself is pretty simple, pretty laid out. 4 buildings you can go into. This one is a second story. It's the only one with a second story that I can remember. 2 alleyways usually spawn at either end. It's a pretty cool map for the most part. It's you know, it's got its charm, but as far as difficulty, as far as a challenge, it's not really a really challenging map. I would say it would be on the easier end of the 3 that they released. Medium I would give to probably Vortex, just because a lot of high ground, but the color tones that they included in the map are kind of... I mean, if you're not used to playing on maps where it's just all one color pretty much, you'd probably get lost. Harder to see opponents when they're running across the map. Kind of a darker atmosphere. And again, there's a lot of places to camp in that map itself, but it's not nearly as bad as U-Turn. U-Turn, I'll get to in a second, but back to Vortex. Farmhouse in the middle of nowhere during a tornado, thus Vortex, I guess, is what they were trying to go for. I've played it on a couple of times. It's not as difficult as U-Turn, but it's still right up there. Lots of places to camp, lots of places to hide, lots of... people laying down on hilltops and just popping you off from across the map, quick scoping and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, I would rank that as a medium difficulty type map. It's a little bit bigger than Interchange, I think, as far as scale, just because it's more. It seems more spread out, and there's more than people really realize. A lot of people that I've played with don't realize that you can go back into the cornfield on that map, and I think that's kind of cool that you can kind of go back there, especially if you get a care package. You can just kind of drop the care package back there and still have clear lines of sight across the 2 different ways to get back there. Now on to U-Turn. Yes, U-Turn. U-Turn is a cluster. It is probably the hardest map that I've had to play anything on. Unfortunately, the 2 or 3 times that I've played on it recently have been domination matches, and they've been a pain in the ass. It's basically a rundown interstate bridge, or whatever you want to call it, and it basically has cars and buses littered across the 4-lane highway, which creates more than enough of camping areas, if you want to call it that, or cover, if you want to call it cover. You can go ahead and call it cover, but we all know what you're doing is camping. But it's hard. Lots of ways to get around it. There is one tunnel underneath the overpass itself that you can go back and forth through. I think it kind of cuts down on the run and gun in that map because there's so much that you have to watch out for. There's a lot of mantling that you have to do. If you have Extreme Conditioning Pro, it's probably the way to go with that map just because there's so much stuff that you can jump over and get around. And if you can do it quickly and recompose yourself, it's definitely a map that that'd be useful on. But it's not like the greatest map in my opinion. To me it's just too cluttered, and I wasn't a big fan of places like Liberation. I thought it was too cluttered. Black Box, I thought it was too cluttered. And those were larger scale maps. The U-turn map is just there's a fine line between having a lot of cover and then making that cover useful to a point. I mean, some places it's just I don't understand why you would have so much cover. And again, the buses, so you're constantly having the snipers sit inside the buses and pop you off as you're running across the map going, I don't see anybody. Well, they see you. They always see you. For some reason, snipers always find me. But, I mean, yeah, so basically these 3 new maps I think are an improvement over what was previously released with a ground and erosion and getaway places, you know, game maps like that. But yeah, the 3v3 and 2v2 are probably, I think, probably the most popular. I don't think a lot of people really go 1v1 just because, you know, if you are a diehard player, you're playing with a clan or you're playing with friends, so why play 1v1? And like I said, I really hope they don't have domination in 1v1. If they do, it's just kind of redundant. Just, oh, I got your flag. No, I got your flag. No, I got your flag. Oh, I got all the flags. Oh, I got all the flags. It's just with one versus one. I mean, if they can't find you, they can't shoot you, and if they can't find you and shoot you, you know, whatever. But yeah, so yeah, that's about it for my commentary on this garbage. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to our channel, like it, all that fun crap. I will let you finish out me watching me here, you know, whatever. Alright, see you guys next time.
Payback is overdue. So much for my IOU. My head is stuck underneath God's thumb. I guess that makes me the lucky one. Stupidity is a constant trend. Murphy and I have become best friends. Hooray for dreams gone before they've come. Hooray for me.